sort of a larger piece I'm working on called The Missing Project, Pieces of the D. It's a historical piece about Detroit artists and the way that artists in Detroit can find a way to make money and live and feed their children on art. And I'm really excited, especially today, because I have award-winning, Emmy-winning filmmaker Stephen McGee, who actually put the film together that'll be played behind me. So, yeah. Homage to Detroit. They named me something French, but I preferred Cadillac. They didn't invite me to the naming ceremony, but they must have felt my steel body longing for rubber against the ground. I was reborn, the Motor City, a beautiful city across the street from another country, inside a thumb, surrounded by Great Lakes. I was the music made from engines, loud, tough, sometimes just a hum and a hand clap sound. When I grew up, they called me Motown. He is smoking a cool mild. That was his way of slowing down his 30-year-old nicotine habit from me, his second to youngest daughter who thought he was God and fought for position to be in the front seat of his white, green, or gold Cadillacs. Detroit daddy cool outside on any summer night on the west side with the radio loud enough for the entire block to listen, and they did. Mr. Copeland would carry his front porch chair to our driveway, and they would simply listen to Tigers baseball on the radio. That sound, a whisper, surrounded by a fence and a prayer. More than fathers who are worshipped by their daughters. Men who came home to families at night after working 12-hour days. Blue-collar Michigan men with jazz in their feet and Motown 8-tracks in their rides. Men who smelled like men and understood that women were delicate and brilliant. Who is missing more from me than my father, Tom Moore? Revolutionary men who surrounded themselves with artists and thinking people, and protesting was cool. Plum Street businessman George A.G., who ran the Mystic Room and would birth an artist who would paint the city the bright way he saw it. John Sinclair, who incited riots and moved people with poems and personal transformation, sometimes without a flash. Lenny, armed, documented the action movement, raw, MC5, Rolling Stones. Papa was men who was smoking cool before there was ever a commercial campaign or cancer or non-smoking bars. 1968 men howling out their hearts to hide their future children from Brady's 80s invasion. Men who knew music was power and dancing slow was an act of love. Men on the line of assembly, Coleman A. Young men who fought to desegregate fire in police departments, and curses were like poetry when they decided to fire back. Politics were the people's conscience, and Marvin Gaye was our battle crier. We know work. It is our witchcraft, our bloodline gift, our deep south anxiety attack, our dreams of something greater for the ones that come later. The men who look like daddies even when they weren't. Dive hat gangsters against the snakeskin shoes, Sunday best men, Saturday all night men, straight back men with pride, organizing frontline union workers, men who made women touch their hats and adjust their slips as they pass. Construction workers with steel-toe boots and brown bag lunches, men we missed the corner we used to safely stand on to hear the good gossip, the heavy-fisted hand, the blue-black Detroit River palms that carry fish to the car, then to the crib. That's what we call it still. Missing is the chaos corridor that Pat Haley wrote about. Spirits of broken bricks still breathing beneath the pavement that made this city great. He paints in the center of this universe, head leading to the right, shades off, working against the same sun. This is what sons do, standing literally in his father's shoes. There are no such thing as accidents. In Islam, they say the poets have angels waiting at the street light, determining the traffic. This is how we find a way to eat, to smile, brush cutting through indifference, spray painting pink lips with blue-collar edge, running with reckless abandon. We are hiding inside the intangible beauty of rubble and rebellion, of potholes and 24-hour conies. We underground railroad survivors with no union station downtown. What do these artists say in a time of war? Nobody heard a bomb drop in Detroit. Who's pushing the buttons and spiking the tea? We need more wordplay and cane sugar, spray paint and pulled canvas to make the skyline grow. What do we have left if not poems? How many times would I have died if I couldn't articulate my own existence? What else better to feed our babies but paint, coughing out the muffler smoke and running for safety from the aged meat and what's left of the city grocery store? We have man-made farms all over the city. This is not Charles Dickens. citizens. This is Octavia Butler, and we are the chosen. Eastern market shoppers and young urban gardeners for hire. When the surface of your skin has potholes that blast temptation records through your pores. When your tips of your fingers are blessed with international water, and you are now under the world's media microscope, constantly checking your arms for track marks and close-ups of how you look once the high was gone. When you lose everything, you realize art is the constant love in your life. And in this life, the real stories of Detroit, that is what we must save, because the art is never in the artist. It is in the people that inspire the artist's work. So don't write eulogies for Detroit. No uninspired folk song of gloom. Some of us are coming home to show the world how we make the planet move.